rain, mud, the suffocating smell of wet iron, rotting leaves, and terror. It is September, 9 AD. 3 elite Roman legions, over 20,000 battle-hardened soldiers, are marching deep into the trackless, dark forests of Germania. They believe they are marching to put down a minor tribal rebellion. In reality, they are marching into a trap. The Germanic chieftain Arminius, a man the Romans trusted as an ally, has secretly united the local tribes. In our history, this ambush at the Teutoburg Forest is a total slaughter. 3 legions are wiped off the face of the earth. The Roman commander, Varus, falls on his own sword in shame. This single disaster breaks the spirit of Rome's first emperor, Augustus. For months, he wanders his palace, banging his head against the walls, screaming, "Varus, give me back my legions." Rome retreats behind the Rhine River, setting a permanent northern border. The Germanic tribes remain wild, free, and separate. But what if the trap failed? Imagine a different path. A loyal scout slips through the shadows hours before the ambush. He whispers the truth to Varus. Arminius's betrayal is exposed. The Roman trumpets do not sound in panic, they sound in command. The legions do not scatter. They lock their shields. The famous Roman testudo forms a wall of impenetrable iron. When the Germanic warriors charge out of the tree line expecting a panicked rout, they crash against a fortress of Roman steel. The slaughter is reversed. Arminius is captured and executed in heavy iron chains. The rebellion is crushed before it even begins. With this single victory, the dominoes of human history are violently tipped over. First, the border shifts. The Rhine is no longer the edge of the civilized world. Roman engineers push forward, felling the sacred oak trees of the Druids. They build. Heavy stone roads cut through the dark, primordial forests. Aqueducts stretch across the landscape. The wild lands of Germania Magna are chopped up into neat, grid-based Roman provinces. Picture this. Rome pushes its empire all the way to the Elbe River, perhaps even to the Baltic Sea. Magnificent cities rise where swamp and forest once stood. Imagine walking through the streets of Berlin or Munich, but they are not German cities. They are Roman metropolises. Gleaming white marble temples to Jupiter rise above the pine trees. Public baths steam in the winter cold. The local tribes do not resist forever. Over generations, they adapt. Just as the wild Celts of Gaul became the civilized, Latin-speaking French, the Germanic tribes become fully Romanized. They trade their heavy furs for elegant linen togas. They learn to read and write in Latin. But here is the twist, and this is where the world truly fractures. In our timeline, the Western Roman Empire collapsed in the 5th century because waves of Germanic tribes, the Visigoths, the Vandals, the Franks invaded, fleeing the terrifying arrival of the Huns. But in this alternate timeline, those tribes do not exist as external enemies. They are already Roman citizens. They are the very soldiers guarding the frontiers. When the Huns arrive from the east, they do not find a fractured, crumbling empire. They find a united, hyper-militarized Roman superpower stretching from the sands of Spain to the cold forests of Poland. The Western Roman Empire does not fall. It survives, adapts, and grows. But the most shocking consequence of this Roman victory lies across the English Channel. Think about the modern world. English is the global language of business, science, and the internet. But where did English come from? It was brought to Great Britain by the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes, Germanic tribes fleeing the chaos of the continental collapse. In this timeline, those tribes are peaceful, tax-paying Roman citizens living in the prosperous province of Germania Magna. They have no reason to cross the sea. They never invade Britain. Without the Anglo-Saxon invasion, the English language is never born. The island of Britain remains a mix of Celtic and Roman culture. There is no King Arthur. There is no England. There is no British Empire. There is no United States as we know it. Instead, the global language of commerce, science, and technology is a modern, evolved form of Latin. You would be watching this video right now, not in English, but in a descendant of the language spoken by Julius Caesar. A single day of rain, a single decision in a dark forest, changed the destiny of billions of lives. If you could step through a portal into this Romanized modern world, what is the first thing you would want to see? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the infinite paths of history, make sure to subscribe. The past is never truly set in stone until we look back.